Julia Lo Bue-Said, CEO of Advantage Travel Partnership. Hello, Julia.
Good morning. Hello.
My point is this could be done, I guess, unilaterally. Could it? I suppose there'll be legal challenges. We'll get into all sorts of quagmires there. A couple of texts. False confidence. There's no evidence that the vaccination reduces transmission. Hands, clothes still pick up and pass infection. Having the jab in the short term will make people less careful. That's a considered text, isn't it? Another one. I've had all my childhood inoculations, so has my daughter, but there's something about this that stinks like last week's lunch. Do you want this, Julia?
I want this. I do. Yes, I mean, definitely. And, given the opportunity, I'm still a little way down the line in terms of being offered it. But when the opportunity arises, I will. And I think you covered it on a number of your callers covered it before. I think as, generally as a travel professional, our industry is in a desperate state. So I think anything we can do to support confidence and help customers with confidence and, what Saga have done, I think of just that. It's a short-term measure to ensure that age group, and they are obviously attractive. They do attract a particular demographic, have the confidence to travel, and they're desperate to do that. So I think that's a really, really positive bit of news. But anything to enable us to get back to some sort of normality, I think is a really positive move, and fully support it.
Like Saga, is it something you can see spreading, as it were, through the industry and more companies adopting it?
I think there'll be a combination. I mean, I say Saga attract a particular demographic, and I think for their age group, who are the majority of which are in the at-risk category, then I think it suits that demographic, and fills with that confidence and are able to do that. I think for a lot of us, I mean, ironically, really, if you look at the cruise industry, if you just take that, the cruise industry have invested millions in safety protocols and continue to do that. They are constantly looking at how they improve safety protocols, and actually are probably one of the only industries that are fully in control of the end-to-end process. So they can manage that whole experience. And also the really important thing, which you touched on a little bit today, is around international protocols. And I think that's really important because it's great what we do now. Even Saga, and I haven't really looked into this, but yes, you need to be vaccinated, but you are going to go to destinations where maybe the general safety protocols aren't as great as what we have. So how is that controlled? How is that going to be managed? How do you ensure that you can provide, give customers that real safety and confidence in that whole experience? So I think it's a really interesting one. I think the whole digital records is another one. How do we ensure that, customers, that bit of paper that shows that you've been vaccinated, my parents and my in-laws have just had it, what that bit of paper you've just received, is that you? How do we prove that's you? So how do we ensure that data is digitally recorded digitally? What does that look like? And so I think there are lots of operational challenges that we need to work through. But actually, that's
and
small
also,
fry.
Well, I want to go on my holiday trip, and there you are. I've been vaccinated. When were you vaccinated? 8 months ago. Okay. Are you still immune?
A really good point, isn't it? And I think these are all the things we need to work through. And I actually think, the vaccine isn't a silver bullet. I mean, it's certainly not for the travel industry. It's a moment in time and a measure to enable us to resume travel safely when the time is right. Clearly, it's not right now. When the time is right, and also, when the time is right for us to go to pubs, restaurants, etc., as and when that will be. But I do think it has to go hand in hand with other measures, other protocols. So social distancing, the measures that we've all got accustomed to now. I do think that we've got to see a combination of that to make us all feel really comfortable and really confident, as we go about our business.
Yeah.